Let me ask you something honestly. Did you just read about Jeffrey Epstein? Or did something inside you quietly collapse afterward? Maybe it wasn't one article. Maybe it was the files, the emails, the photos, the names, the silence, the protection. And suddenly the world didn't feel the same anymore. You felt sick, angry, heavy, unsafe, disconnected. If that's you, I need you to hear this first. Nothing is wrong with you. Your mind is reacting to something it was never meant to absorb all at once. This video is for the people who feel mentally shaken after learning about Jeffrey Epstein, not because they're weak, but because they care.
Jeffrey Epstein isn't disturbing just because of what he did. He's disturbing because of what was allowed to happen around him. The power, the money, the connections, the protection, the delayed justice. When you learn about Epstein, your brain isn't just processing a criminal. It's processing systemic failure, moral collapse, abuse hidden in plain sight, institutions choosing silence. That realization hits something primal inside us. Your brain asks, if this can happen at this level, what else is hidden? That question alone can destabilize your sense of safety.
Many people think they're overreacting. They're not. What you're experiencing is a mix of moral injury, when your sense of right and wrong is violated, secondary trauma, absorbing horrific information without direct exposure, existential threat response, your brain questioning the safety of the world. Your nervous system doesn't care that you weren't physically there. It reacts as if danger has been revealed nearby. That's why you may feel constant unease, hypervigilance, distrust of authority, loss of faith in humanity, mental exhaustion. This is not weakness, it's awareness colliding with reality.
People might say, stop reading about it. Focus on positive things. Don't let it affect you. That advice sounds logical, but it ignores how the human mind works. Your brain doesn't discard disturbing truth just because someone tells it to. Suppressing it leads to anxiety spikes, intrusive thoughts, emotional numbness, depression. You don't heal by pretending Jeffrey Epstein didn't exist. You heal by processing what his existence represents, without letting it consume you.
When information like this overwhelms you, isolation makes it worse. This is exactly why Soulful AI exists. Not to distract you, not to minimize what happened, but to give you a private, calm space to talk through heavy thoughts without judgment. A place where you can say, I feel sick. I feel angry. I don't trust the world right now. I don't know how to process this. Sometimes having something that simply listens and grounds you is enough to stabilize your mind. If you ever need that support, Soulful AI's link is in the description. No pressure, just an option. Now let's continue.
Let's talk about the anger. Anger toward Jeffrey Epstein, the people who protected him, the systems that failed victims, the lack of accountability. That anger makes sense. But when anger has nowhere to go, it turns inward. It becomes bitterness, emotional shutdown, hatred toward humanity, loss of motivation, mental burnout. Anger needs direction, not denial. You're allowed to be angry. You're not required to destroy your peace with it.
One of the hardest effects of learning about Epstein is existential destabilization. You may find yourself thinking, what's the point? Is anyone actually good? Is justice real? Can I trust anyone? This isn't pessimism. It's your mind trying to rebuild a worldview that just cracked. When illusions fall, the mind enters a temporary void. That void feels terrifying, but it's also where truth and clarity eventually form. Here's what actually helps, practically and safely. Limit exposure. You don't need to read every update to stay informed. Ground your body. Walk, breathe, stretch, sleep. Name your emotions. I feel disturbed is better than I'm fine. Talk, don't spiral. Silence amplifies darkness. Return to what's real. Your room, your breath, your life. Awareness without grounding leads to collapse. Awareness with grounding leads to strength. This is important.
Jeffrey Epstein represents the worst of humanity, not the entirety of it. For every abuser, there are people who fight quietly. For every system failure, there are individuals who protect, care, and heal. The world is not only darkness, but darkness is louder. Don't let the loudest evil define your entire reality.
If learning about Jeffrey Epstein made you feel mentally unwell, that means your empathy is alive, your conscience is working, your humanity is intact. You don't have to carry this forever. You don't have to stay submerged in darkness. You don't have to make sense of everything today. If you need a calm place to unload heavy thoughts, reflect safely, or just breathe, Soulful AI is there for you. The link is in the description. Take care of your mind, protect your peace, and remember, feeling disturbed by injustice doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human.